Right, welcome back. Here we go again. This time we're going to do a ferment. We've got a really good harvest this time. We've got some chocolate jolokias, big jolokias. They're finally ripe now. Lovely. I need to remember to save one of the best pods for the seeds next year as well. I'm just doing away. Oh, that's a lovely one, that. That's huge. I think we'll save that one. I'm just getting away to see how much we've got. We've got some ghosts as well. So we'll just have a quickly show you. We've just pulled out today. Well, these have just been washed. We'll have to dry off a little bit. We've got quite a few frozen ones as well. Just pulled out. So right, let's do this. We need about 300 grams. Because these pots that I do the fermenting will only hold about 380. So let's hope that we've got the right amount. A couple of little lemon drops in there that we don't really need. Put them somewhere. We've got these. I've grown quite a few different varieties. Some that obviously they ended up not really expect to be. But I was trying to get some reapers, and I don't know if anyone else can tell me what these are, because they're definitely not ghost. You see the difference between these. We've got the ghost there, that's smooth. But then we've got this one, which is all knobbly. So either that's the ghost and this is a naga. Maybe that's the thing actually. Maybe we've got a naga there, a ghost there, and that's a naga. I do remember trying this when I had the ice cream on the other video, and that was unbelievably hot. I think that's my limit. But we'll, like I say, I was trying to get. There's another one. It's looking a bit orangey brown. Knobbly. Lovely. Trying to get some reapers, and these were classed as reapers, these little knobbly ones, but it's one of them, isn't it? You know, you keep buying seeds and they don't turn out what they're going to be. I've had a look at trying to get some from direct source from Ed Curry himself off Book Company in America. But the shipping rates are ridiculous at the minute. Just to have a pack of seeds from himself, you know, direct source. They're only about $5, $7. It's not actually that bad. But the shipping was $70, so that's just not happening. So I need to find a good source. A good sauce to make some sauce. I like that one because it's got a bit of a face on it. It's curled right over. We'll keep that to the side for the seeds, and that's also, I think, a good specimen woodpecker. We'll keep them to the side. We want them. I need to do the same with the chocolates actually. Best ones I've got. And that's a solid looking one. They all look really good. I've hardly had any small chocolates off. They've all been really, really big. It took forever to ripen, but let's see, the light's terrible in it. And that's a big one. We'll keep all of them. And that's a chunky one. There we go. We'll keep them too for next year. Get the seeds out of them. Lovely. Same with the I think it's just a normal ghost now, isn't it? There we go. I think we'll just take one of them because we've not got much weight for them. Get these open and get them frosting. Not very prepared. Right, that one. Look, it's there. That's there. Keep that. What else do I need to keep? Peach chocolate ghost. Naga. Yeah. Yeah, keep it. It looks good, doesn't it? And say this has given us so many pods this year. So yeah, get yourself some gloves if you're going to do this. Sure you've heard it a million times, but if you're doing a small batch, it's not too bad, but when you've got loads of them going on, it's try it, you'll figure it out yourself. Do it a couple of times, and you'll not do it again. Hold that for a minute. Good with that. Let's get chopping. Right, okay, so welcome back. I forgot to mention a few things before, just trying to get your head around what I'm doing. But basically, you need to see how many peppers you can get in the jar that you're going to be fermenting in. So I know the jars I've got will hold about 300 grams of peppers. And then you've got the brine that goes in there as well. Yeah, 380 grams it'll hold in these jars. So I've got 300 grams of peppers. Then the brine obviously will add that up as well. So that's that. So you've got to make sure you've got the right amount of peppers for each size of the jars. Also another thing I didn't mention, when I'm doing cutting up the frozen peppers as well, you've got to you can't ferment peppers if they've been frozen. You can only ferment fresh peppers. So, as I have added some frozen peppers, you can do it, but the percentages have got to be more fresh than frozen. So if you've got 500 grams of, say you're doing it in a jar that's like say 300 grams, if you've got 200 grams of fresh peppers, you can add 100 grams of frozen. But it needs to be more than the frozen to get the ferment going again. That's just to explain that anyway. So yeah, it just depends on the size of the jar you're using, how many peppers you've got, and just work it out off that. The brine is the equal amount of weight to the peppers that you're putting in, and then you want to add rock salt to your brine. Mix that up. Already done that. Yeah, 2%, at least 2%. You can add more, but then it just depends on how much salt you want to put in. But if you do at least 2%, you'll be sound. Yeah. So another thing is now what I was going to do is basically I'm not really prepared, so I've not got as many jars as I wanted to use for the quantity I've got of the peppers. I've got brought in 4 different types of peppers. We're going to do 4 different ferments, but I haven't really got enough of the nagas and the ghosts. So my thinking is there's not much taste coming from them red ones, so I think I'll just add them both together. Then it's just going to be a hot sauce. Once the ferment's done, we can add, you know, some onions, some garlic, just to give it a bit of flavour. I don't want it to be just heat. So I was thinking, we'll add the nagas, and the ghost together. So like I say, they're just heat, just all heat that I'm getting from them anyway. Obviously, I think once the ferment's done, we'll get a lot more flavour from them. But this is all weighed out now at about 650 grams, and my jar is a kilo. It's 1,000 grams. So to make this up a little bit more, I've got some Anaheims that I've had in the freezer. Didn't really want to be adding green to the mix, but I think, like I said, we've got 600 there, we've got about 200 here. So I think once the ferment's done and it's all been mixed up, I think the red peppers are going to overdo the green anyway. It might give it a slight different coloration, but it shouldn't be too much. And there's not really much you get out of these anyways. These Anaheims, they're only quite low on the Scoville scale, so and the taste isn't. I think I picked them a little bit too early, so there's not much taste to them. They were just hanging out in my freezer, so I thought might as well just chuck them in, get that weight up, and then we're not messing about. You don't want to only half fill your jar, because you want the least amount of oxygen in there as possible, room for oxygen. So anyway, you get them in there. Mix them up a little bit. And so once all this has been mixed up, once it's been fermented and then we get it in the blender, mix it all up, then reds are going to, I'm pretty convinced then reds are going to overtake the green. So it's not going to be a green sauce, you know what I mean? It should still be a strong red sauce. Plus, like I say, with the flavours not being too great on these, it's just all the heat. Well, this is seriously going to be hot now. If it isn't red enough, you can always add something in later on. You can put tomatoes in there that will really, you know, give it a different flavour. Add to that red. Excuse me burping. So yeah, you know, it's nothing major to worry about. That's enough chatting rubbish. Let's see. need to measure this now to get exact. I'm really getting good at this. Dropping them all again. Oh, look at that, it's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Look at all that. I'm telling you now, this has got to be an amazing sauce. All that. Look at all that. Smelling his kitchen right now is just amazing. There's everything going on. Look at that. Tons. So much, so worth waiting. You know, all in all, started growing these in February. Then what we're in now, September 20. No. Yeah. End of September. I can't remember what day it is. End of September. So it takes, you know, it takes a good while, 9 months, 10 months, you know, to get things going. But it's so worth it when you see all this now, and then the amount of sauce I'm going to get from it. It's not all about, you know, saving the money from going, because I do eat a lot of spicy sauce, so it's not all about saving money from going shopping and buying sauces. It's just the flavours from doing it yourself. There's no comparison. It's unbelievable. When you put the brine in, the peppers are going to float up to the top, so the peppers need to be submerged under the brine all the time. So you can use like an onion, half an onion or something like that. Anything that'll just push them down. Courgette that I grew. So what we'll do. Don't have it massive. When you do an onion, you obviously peel the skin off it. It's just good practice. You might just I'm not sure if you have to do this, but we'll just chop the skin up on the outside. Not very big for that one, is it? Perfect for that. Yeah. So basically it's just to keep the weight down, keep the peppers submerged in the brine. Go an elastic band and put that over there. That will stop any air going inside. because you don't want any oxygen inside. But once the pressure builds up inside, it will just seep out. It will put some pressure on the cling film and the gas will be able to escape, but the elastic will obviously push back down against it, stopping the oxygen going back inside there. And like I say, now just keep your eye on that. Yeah, keep your eye on it. Nothing will really happen in the first few days. Just keep your eye on it. Make sure there's no mold growing. And in about a week or so, you'll start getting, it'll start kicking off. Get rid of that. And then just mark it up. There we go, all done. Chocolate ghost. Store this in a dark place, in your cupboard, airing cupboard, anywhere dark. But it wants to be around a minimum of 19 degrees and upwards, but obviously not too warm. Do around 19 to 23, something like that. And in a couple of weeks, even a couple of weeks, you can do it for just 2 weeks. This is going to start bubbling like mad. In a couple of weeks that'll start going. You can take it out in a couple of weeks and start and blend it up and try it then, but the longer you leave it, the better the taste of the fruit will all come together. This guy, Lemon Drop, has been in the cupboard since the 19th. It was only 5 days. I don't know if you can see. Well, there's a bit of pressure come up off the, you see there, this has got an onion in this one. You can see quite a bit of pressure, that's the gas building up inside. And you'll see bubbles. That's the fermentation working well. Maybe you can see that. I hope you can. There's a lot of bubbles there kicking off. Let's see, well that's only been 5 days, so yeah, about a week. It'll start really going off. In the next week it'll really kick off, but you can see it works. All the gas is coming there, filling up, no oxygen getting inside. Keep checking on the top, making sure there's not enough no mold. And yeah, that is going to be lovely. That's the lemon drops. That is lovely. As always, anyway, thanks for watching. Really appreciate that. If you've got any comments or any advice, that'd be great. If you want to check back on later tonight, doing another chili tasting test from Stuart again, who sent me another chili, which is, where's it gone? I'm sure this guy's trying to kill me. He sent me that. Look at that. That is a beast of a pepper. That's the Armageddon, Armageddon chili pepper. So, pretty much could be at the end of the world for me. 1.5 million. Check back in later. Watch me have some pain. Like and subscribe if you like it. See you later.